Hi guys, welcome again to another review. This time it's gonna be a special review, I think, because I'm gonna review the movie Almanac Project, which is produced by Micheal Bay company called Platinum Dunes. The movie, I'm gonna start by telling you what the movie is about. The movie is about these kids who suddenly discovered for time travel, and then it's a time travel story, and right off the bat, it came late in Malaysia. It came a bit late, but there were so many bad reviews about the movie, and bad reviews. And when I watched it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's actually I kind of like some of the aspect about it, and which I will show try to explain later in a bit. But why this is special for me, because this movie, I found out about this movie 2 years ago. 2 years ago, because I used to be a fan of Michael Bay, so I subscribed to their network, and I found out that he's coming out with a movie about time travel, and they actually it was supposed to come out on January 2014. That was January last year. They somehow had to postpone it. Now, after watching it, I kind of have this feeling why they postpone it. I have a strong feeling that they reshot a lot of the movie, because when this came out 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago, there was a trailer made. There was a I mean, the movie was complete. There was a trailer made, and then it was pulled down. It's gone. It's gone already. And the title was a bit different. It's not the Almanac Project. It was something else. But the as I do remember the trailer, because um, I was it was quite interesting for Michael Bay to do this, and then and such a different genre, and such a different topic. But I will explain why it's different for Michael Bay to do this also in a bit. And I do remember that the trailer is a bit different from what I saw in this movie. There were scenes in the trailer that were not in this movie. So that's how I have this strong feeling that they reshoot it. Yeah, so it was a bit, I was a bit off from on that point, but generally the movie is quite okay. It's not really epic. It's a good movie about kids getting involved. You know, it's like this teenagers movie that comes out. Like usually they have horror, and like what I did last summer and stuff. So they're trying to do a time travel sci-fi take on this. I did mention why I'm glad Michael Bay was doing it when I first heard it, because when I saw the actual product, I get what he was trying to go for, and this is what it is. It is kind of short. The movie is the Almanac Project is kind of short, like a found footage film. Now, found footage film, it's shot from a video camera. Somebody is holding a video camera here and there, and you can say it's low budget. If you're doing it, the camera is shaky, and Michael Bay has always wanted to do a low budget movie, a sci-fi movie, and I was really expecting Pain and Gain to be that movie, but Pain and Gain was the same kind of bullshit, expensive movie that he always do. But Almanac Project really looks cheap. In a good way. In a good way, it looks. It's a found footage film. So they try to do something different. It's a different way of found footage. I'm not really a fan. I know there's a lot of found footage movies nowadays. So when Michael Bay trying to go into this, it works on some level, but on another level, it seems so ridiculous that people are do the characters in this movie are always carrying a camera around, and somehow the best part is, and I know if you do short films, if you take a video camera around, the best part is the sound is clear. Like there isn't just a cheap camera, but the sound is cinematic. Okay, so that's how you know. It's like a fake found footage movie when the sound is too awesome to be recorded on a cam. So yeah, that's mostly why I like this movie. I do have to say it was. I was waiting for this film for this while this movie to come out. Even though when the reviews came in, it was negative, mostly negative. I was I still wanted to see it because I've been waiting for this movie for 2 years. It's because of that the anticipation is high. I wanted to go and see it myself, but when I see it, it wasn't that as horrible as the critic says. But I do understand why they say it's bad. I also go with what I don't like about this movie. So I like it. It's long. It's the anticipation. It's a different genre for Michael Bay to do, for his studio to do. And I like that. Another part I like that the movie is smart. The movie did reference other time travel movies. Looper. They reference Looper. There was a split silly Looper one. No, this is why I like that, because if you reference a movie in your movie, the same genre, the same kind of thing, and it's supposed to be a better movie. Like Looper is kind of good sci-fi movie, right? So they reference Looper. So the honest is they have to make this movie as good as Looper, or even better. So I like it when filmmakers reference another movie explicitly, so they know their work is not original. There's another better movie out there, so they at the very least not to make their movie crap. So I do appreciate it when movies actually reference a better movie. So did they manage to reach the level of Looper? No way, of course. I will tell you why they didn't reach the level of Looper. And I do think that when they reshoot it, or while they were shooting it, they were very conscious of making a good sci-fi, to make sure that the storyline is makes sense in a relative way, when you do a time traveling movie, because they have a benchmark. They're referencing Looper, so that's their benchmark. They have to make it better or not crap. So that's good. That's good. When I like filmmakers when they make it a point to do that. As usual, I'm writing down my points. I like the found footage style. This is my first time I watch a found footage style on a big budget movie. I wouldn't say okay. I just want to retract. It's not a epic big budget movie. But I do know there is a lot of budget went to this movie, even though they showed it sort of found footage style, sort of kind of cheap production thing, you might think. But I don't. I believe they use professional grade cameras. I do believe they use good sound editing, sound recording and stuff like that. So it really doesn't look cheap, which is like that's what I said earlier. It's a fake found footage film. They try to make it like it was shot on a cheap recorder. That's not. But I do like it. I do like it. I do believe that at the very least they're trying to. Michael Bay, who is known for his epic bullshit movies, is trying to do a small scale, low budget kind of approach. And you can see in the movie they do like indie kind of approach, where they shoot in a very very small location, very simple location. Most of them shot live in a crowd, which I do appreciate. They're trying to go to the basics, trying to try to do an indie approach to the movie. yeah, I think that's a lot of good points I brought up. The anticipation, the build up. Um, it's a found footage style. They're trying to do a approach, low budget approach, and they reference Looper, which is like a benchmark. But now I'm gonna give you why I think some of the critics are saying it's a bad movie. I do understand why it comes from. I think a time travel movie is very tricky to work on because you can have a lot of loopholes, and this movie has a lot of loopholes kind of thing. Like when they, they try to go back. For example, one of the mission when they first started realizing they can time travel was that they go back to classroom and trying to um, for the guy to answer the question, to answer his test, to pass his test. So they did that a few times. It's like they're trying to do the harmless kind of approach, bit funny, but it was too convenient. Um, Too convenient approach that can happen a few times without people realizing, hey, there's another, because they have another guy in the classroom at the same time he's also outside because he goes back through time. That was a bit tricky, so I understand why some of the critics were often off by that convenience. There were a few convenience that came out later. Another bad thing, I think the biggest letdown, I think why the critics hate it a lot, much is the actors. I think it goes down to bad actors. They are forgettable. I mean, they are the vintage kids actor. I mean, they look high school kids. At the very least, they look like they are from high school. But the lead actor failed to me. The lead actress failed, and the story about how they come together fail because they need to get the hot girl into this group of nerds who time travels, and the way they did it. Okay, and then the head nerd, the head geek is in love with the hot chick, so they want to put her and him together and go along this adventure. But the way they did it is a very forced way. You won't believe it. It's like, oh man, that won't happen in real life. And then yeah, it's just too convenient. To it doesn't work. So that's a point. And then here's another point. Again, it goes to the actors. The lead actor, which is the hero of this movie, and the lead actresses doesn't have chemistry, doesn't have simple chemistry, and which is very important if you want to have them falling in love and then make him likable. You need to have that. But the lead actress can act. She's not even that beautiful. I mean, everybody's beautiful. Okay, I'm not going to go into hot water for saying that, but she's not hot. Like, you trying to put a hot girl in this movie. You can. The sister, on the other hand, the sister of the lead character, is hot. They should have put her as the lead actress and the lead actress as his sister. Man, because the sister character is more attractive, more interesting, more hot. Yeah, they should. I was thinking like, yeah, she's more alive than the lead actresses. Yeah. There is. Let me see how many people there were. There were the hero. There was the heroine, and then there was the hero sister, which I think should be the lead actress. And then there's a Chinese guy, Asian American guy, sorry. And then there's a fat guy. Oh yeah, the fat guy. You have to have a fat guy in this movie. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 2 girls, 1 boy, 3 boys. So makes a crew. Yeah, the actors are not memorable at all. They're not good. the lead actor, I know this. I know this approach. They try to find the most handsome guy with cheekbones, or with, what do you call that? This kind of, yeah, with high cheekbones, slim, good looking fella. Which is, I don't blame studio for doing this, but man, you need to find more relatable characters, man. Characters like the lead actor, he is so stiff. Um, he's more likely to go and become like the what do you call that, the football guy, and what do you call that, the quarterback guy, because he's so stiff. Um, like I say, there's no chemistry. He can't act. All the actors really brought this movie down. Yeah, that's in my honest opinion why the movie sucks, because if you don't have good actors, you you will at least bring the movie down, unless you have a good story. Then the argument say, okay, if you're a starting movie, you give new people to a chance to star in their movie. Yeah, if you have a strong script, strong story, cast new actors. I would suggest movies like romantic movies. Um, they should get they can get unknown actors, definitely, because a strong romantic movie can help. But sci-fi, um, they need established actor that people like and people know to sci-fi adventure movie. You need people who are good in acting or recognizable. If not, it's gonna be forgettable. There is a formula about it. I didn't bring it, but I'm gonna do another video on that. Remember John Carter of Mars, and the movie is just titled John Carter. The hero, it was a sci-fi movie about people from Earth going to that. It failed in the box office. It's forgettable. Nobody remembers it anymore. But it was big budget and stuff like that. But the main actor wasn't really that good. He wasn't. He wasn't. It was surprisingly. I'm not saying he's bad, but he wasn't really good to carry a sci-fi movie. And in the end, the movie just suffered. Um, you do need good actors. If you're doing indie movie, indie romance, historical fiction like slavery, or serious movie like Martin Luther King, or biography, you can put new actors. That's some sort of the rule that you can decide. So apparently in this movie, the Almanac Project, they really didn't give a shit. And in the acting business, they tried to the movie tried to make it, try to put the benchmark, which is high, which is Looper, which is, and in Looper you have one of the greatest young actor right now, God, uh, Mr. Levitt, Joseph Levitt, was in the hit, was leading Looper, and he's really good. So if anybody want to have that kind of benchmark, they need to have good actor, especially the time travel movie. They did also reference, they didn't reference directly, but reference Back to the Future. They went to the lottery project to get a lot of money, and it started, that kind of hijinks was fun in the beginning, and then somehow or other the movie take a darker turn. And I was discussing this with my friends. The original script was much darker, like the way that when they changed time, apparently the world came to the apocalypse, because somehow as what they do throughout the year, I mean throughout the changes, time changing, they brought the end of the world. So the when they screened it, it was too dark, too serious, it was too bleak, and they rewrote the script to make it like a very lighter, much lighter approach, like a small issue rather than the end of the world. So my friend was pointing out, like they mentioned, even they kept some of the scenes that they were talking about. It's gonna be the end of the world, during the Lollapalooza concert scene, which reference to the original movie. They was cut to show that these kids were doing actually brought out the end of the world, and the ending was really dark. A lot of people died. So the movie had that dark cut, but I think they made the ending, they changed the ending, they reshot the ending, made the movie a bit softer, a bit less dark approach. So my verdict on that, I know the studio realized they had a mistake on their hand when they postponed it a year. My verdict on this is like they should have started with a lighter story. I think anybody doing sci-fi movie should follow, you know, Back to the Future at least. Make a movie that is light, happy, funny, and Looper to me was semi-dark, and really I wasn't into it so much. So, but I do understand it was a good movie. I saw it. It's a great movie, but it's difficult to do sci-fi movie. This movie started as a very dark project. The title was even darker, I think. So they postponed it. It was supposed, as I said, 2 years in anticipation, and they came out with this, which is, in my opinion, it was like studio saying, at least we save a bit of money. We already shot this movie. We already did the special effects for this movie. At least let's show it anyway. And that's, I think, the approach of the Almanac Project. So my final review for this movie is not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It is an entertaining movie. I do have to commend that people who rewrote this made an okay project. They salvaged the project. So I know this video is a bit long because I really want to talk in depth, because I followed this development of this project for a long time. Okay, I won't bore you anymore. Thank you guys for watching.